Now I'm going to continue still with October 2019 test question number 1, but now we are moving to the second requirement, which is calculate the impairment loss, if any, of factory building on A on 1st April. So now we are looking at factory A. So factory A di sini. Okay, we just take this information. Alright, and factory A is additional information number 2. Okay, so now let's draw a timeline so that we can calculate the impairment loss on 1st April 2019. Okay, so this factory A. Okay, let me draw here. Okay, so factory A, right, based on the question, it was purchased on 1st October 2009. So 1st October 2009. And then the initial cost is 15 million. Okay, and then given the straight line method over 50 years with no residual value, monthly basis. So useful life 50 years and monthly basis. Okay, so now we read additional info number 2. At the end of the year 2018, there is a massive flood in Segamat. So this flood has negatively affected the production. So this is an indication. This is an indication of impairment. Okay. This is a signal that you have to do test, impairment test. This is indication. So this is actually external information. Okay. Kat sini negatively affected. This is indication. So on 1st April 19. So 1st April 19. 1st April 19, the company conducted an impairment test. So saya tulis kat sini, impairment test. On that date, the fair value less cost to sell. So the fair value less cost to sell is 8 million and value in use is 8.55 million. Okay, so remember last time I mentioned when you want to do the impairment test, you have to compare recoverable amount and the carrying value. And how do you identify the recoverable amount? The recoverable amount is the higher. So for these two, is the higher of fair value less cost to sell and value in use. So the higher is this one. Okay, therefore your RA is 8550. Okay, now when you do impairment test, you have to compare RA and CV. So now we have RA. What is the carrying value of the asset on this date? What is the carrying value of the factory A on 1st April? So to identify carrying value, it is cost minus accumulated depreciation. So cost is 15 million. So that is the cost of the asset. Less accumulated depreciation. So you have to find the accumulated depreciation from the beginning when you purchase factory A up to this date when you do the test. So what is the accumulated depreciation during this period? Okay, we know that the company closed its account 30th September. Okay, so this year we close on 30th September 19. Okay, ni tak ada apa-apa lah. Now we want to identify here. So sebelum 19 of course is the 30 habis 9, 18. Okay, 30th September 18. So from October 1st October 9 until 30th September 18. Now you use your finger and find how many years this period. Okay, from October close in September 2010. Okay, so you start counting from here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that is 9 years. Okay, 9 years for this period. And then from here to 1st April 19. So this is, you start counting from October. Okay, 1st October ya. So October, November, December, January, February, March. Stop at March. So this is 6 months. Okay, jangan kira April because April is 1st, belum masuk lagi. So you stop at 31st March. So this is only 6 months. So 6 months is equivalent to 0.5 years. Alright, so you have to calculate accumulated depreciation for these 9 years, 9 plus 0.5 years. Okay, so how do you calculate depreciation? That will be the cost, 15 million, divided by the useful life, 50 years. And because this question says this is a monthly basis, that's why we take up this 6 months. Okay, so it will be times with 9.5 years. So you will get accumulated depreciation of 2850. And so you minus that accumulated depreciation here. So you will get a carrying value of 12150. So this is the carrying value. Now we will compare the carrying value and the RA. Okay, you compare. So impairment loss exists if CV is more than RA. So you see here your RA is 8550, your CV is higher kan? Therefore, when CV is more than RA, maka you ada impairment loss of, so you minus lah 12150 minus 8550, so you get 3.6 million. So the question asks you to calculate, so your answer will be up to here. You have to show all this calculation in your answer. Okay, if the question asks for treatment, so this impairment loss will be written off into SOPL. Okay, but ni if the question asks ya, this one question ni tak tanya, but I explain. But if this factory, if previously there is a surplus from factory A, so bila dia ada surplus maka dia ada ARR kan. So bila dia ada ARR, so kat sini return off bermaksud journal entry debit SOPL, credit accumulated impairment loss. So the treatment is similar like accumulated depreciation. Okay, accumulated if depreciation you debit depreciation and you credit accumulated depreciation. But this is impairment loss, so you will debit impairment loss. So kita straightforward saja, we debit SOPL and we credit accumulated impairment loss. Okay, by this amount. But if previously you have revalued the asset, the factory A, and you have surplus, I mean previously you have ARR, let's say it is 5 million ya previously. So when you want to pass entry for the impairment loss, this one still the same, credit accumulated impairment loss, but here you don't debit SOPL because you ada baki ARR, so you will debit your ARR 3.6 million. Because your ARR is much higher, ada banyak kan, 5 million, so you will use up 3.6 million. So meaning that ARR balance dia dah kurang lah, which is 1.4 million. Okay, this is the treatment lah. The normal treatment would be debit SOPL and credit accumulated impairment loss. But previously, if you have surplus and you have ARR account, then you will debit your ARR. Okay, for this question, this one is not required. Okay, not required, but I will just explain to you if let's say you encounter this requirement, then this is how you answer for the impairment loss. So for this question, it just stop up to here. Okay, that's all for that part. Thank you.